I'm going to talk about a simulated pressure that we use. To us in our defense, the difference between a creeper and a simulated pressure is a creeper is when we show a fourth declared rusher, which usually we don't. Usually we're trying to disguise that in our base defense. We're going to drop one of those four, bring a non-declared rusher. A simulated pressure for us is when we are showing the simulation of potentially 5 and or 6 rushers coming. We're going to drop some of those rushers and bring an additional rusher. The one that we call a lot and we use, it's been called A's in our system. It was called AIKMAN now because it fits into the rules of creepers for our kids as far as that guys are dropping. The ends are Oscar calls. There's a lot of the similar calls, but we're trying to show that 5 up principle. And the biggest thing I think that we get out of this one defensively is that you get in high school football, a lot of times you're either going to get bob protection, big on big, you're going to get man protection across the board. If you get that, a lot of the times you don't have to call a pressure at all. The 5-0-5, the 5 up, the 3s, the 5s create the matchup problems just because it's man-to-man, or you're going to get some type of full slide protection. So here, we're hoping to get 5-0-5 protection. We're going to drop both of the defensive ends. We are going to bring the inside linebacker to the A gap. So you can see here, we've worked him out. We're starting to drop off the edge. We bring that inside linebacker. We give that nose a left call, and now we force the read. Now, the defensive end here, to me, the coaching point, if he will truly work out, if he will bring himself out and continue to run, he's going to cut that play off. Now, you can see here, as it goes, he's not able to cut it off. So what we can see here is that we get a stretch play. So what you see here is that we are in a bare front. 13 has a drop rule. He's going to hang for a second, but once he sees that run, now the biggest thing, drop versus run turns into box. He needs to check that quarterback. I think that quarterback keeps it here. We could be in a bad situation. We get the nose working opposite, and now that inside linebacker is going to penetrate through that interior gap. Now, what we do is it just creates traffic in that gap. We get a pushback, so it speeds up the fit. We get off with our defensive lineman. We get knocked back, and instead of this linebacker being passive running, he is able to go and dent that stretch play, and our backside linebacker is able to run over the top. Really good job by the outside linebacker that's up here, smaller guy, of setting that edge, making the running back stop his feet, and now we get a press and we're able to make the play right there. Now, this is out of a blind front, which I will go over when we talk about some red zone goal line defense and how we line up. We've done this different ways. We've lined up in double 3s. We've lined up in a 3, shaded him here, put him in a 4-eye, continuing, though, to keep that nickel up. So the nickel here, he is either going to drop like he does in the creeper pressures, like he does in Favre, like he does in Bledsoe, like he does in Allen, or he could be up in a situation here in this blind front where he is a box rusher like he is in under, like he is in mint. So we get the same as, but we're going to get a different look here with the ends working out, the linebackers dropping off. This could be an outside linebacker, a Sam, a nickel type guy. It could also be, which it is here, an inside linebacker walk down. I feel like the effectiveness of this here is if the mic is dropping, if that's the mic or the inside linebacker, he's used to that coverage piece. When he drops out, even though we're showing the offense that this is a defensive end, this is a rusher, when he drops, he's a dropper that has worked day after day, year after year on what a 3-hook dropper is. So if we have some quarters coverage variation, he's a 3-hook dropper. He can drop into that zone and really pattern match those routes. Now, we get a run here, So I would love for number 7 to read out a little bit more, but to me the biggest issue here is 1. 1 did not get the out call. He does not do the out call. We get pinned, but it's a really good job by 18 of re-engaging. He starts to drop, but I coach those guys, when you drop inside, outside, you shuffle, shuffle. When your second foot hits, if it's run, you better be re-engaging to the run. We've got quarters out here. We force up the fit, we get the pitch, and then we're able to run the play down. Same front here, 3rd and long call, same front, same call. Now, we get the nose working to the left. Now, this turns out well for us. The center picks up the blitzer. He's probably showing it a little too much. You can really tell by his depth and demeanor that he's blitzing there, but the good thing for us, they turned the nose loose. We talk about it's constantly a goal on defense to try to waste blockers. So we're in this situation where we waste this tackle. He starts to drop to this defensive end, this linebacker that's walked up. As he drops out, the tackle works down, and now we get 2 on this defensive end. Now, he needs to work to contain, but we get pressure on the quarterback. He's out of the pocket. Now, the thing that's nice here, good job. The linebacker needs to drop more straight back. The quarterback does a good job, composure, throwing the ball across the middle, but we've got the drop guy there. We talk about a safe pressure. So instead of being, if we're in a man scenario here, this crossing route's going to run away from the man coverage. We've got a drop guy there. He's able to hit there, force a fumble, and we're able to make a play with that pressure. We're going to line it up. We bring the pressure from the opposite side. The 3 technique is up the field because this guard sees the linebacker coming. Now, we would like for him to keep going. He almost reads out of that. We would like him to keep going, but it freezes that guard. He turns the 3 technique loose, and now we get instant pressure. So I think, by default, sometimes these pressures, you're not always going to get exactly how you drew it up, but it creates indecision with these offensive linemen and gives them a very different look, and we get the pressure there. Another simulated pressure that we run, and it falls into our transportation blitz family. Transportation blitzes and pressures for us are the NCAA paths. So when we get these pressures, no matter how we deploy the front, we know that we are going to get an Oscar call by that nose, same as the Oscar call he gets in the creeper calls. We are going to get now a long stick, 2-face call to that defensive end. So instead of just a traditional left call, we need to give them some type of other L word, Larry, Lion, that tells them, because that call, it's not a slant call, you're not going to the hip of the guard, you are just like an Oscar, 2-face crossing. It's going to make this defensive end a box player, same box technique as he plays on several other fronts. It's going to make this nickel that is simulating that he is coming, pressing a dropper. Now, in this situation, we have walked up the Sam linebacker and Mike linebacker to give a presentation of 6 defenders up. We are going to show 6. We're going to bring 5. We feel like this is a good mix down call for us. We can call this and run it against runs. This was good pressuring in the tight end. It's also really good when you show that 5-man line look and teams start sliding. If they feel like they can't bob protect you, we'll go over that in a minute. It's a good way to get pressure against slide protection. Really the only true effective way against slide protection is 2 off the edge pressure, which this is.